No, I'm sorry, this is gonna be for Miss Kim, position number 26, Howard.
26, okay. What are we doing with Ms. Howard today?
Negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Good morning, Ms. Howard. I'm Judge
Good
Eric Morrow. Good morning, ma'am. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Ms. Howard. Thank you. Ms. Desiano?
Your Honor, forgive me, what position is this?
26.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Howard. I guess it's 26 and 27.
Okay, Your Honor, for position 26, state's recommendation is 12 months, served 60 days, credit for time served 21 days. That's from June 13th to June 15th, 2024, and then October 5th, 2024 to today, balance probated. No further contact with Ahmad Siddiqui. Stay away from Buddy's convenience store at 1079 North Avenue and an MHET. For position 27, count one, the state's recommendation is 12 months, served 60 days, credit for time served 18 days. That's from October 5th, 2024 to today, balance probated. No further contact with Kenyo Newton and Colin Holtz. Stay away from the church at Ponce and Highland at 1085 Ponce de Leon Avenue and an MHET. Count two, 12 months probation concurrent with count one, and count three, 12 months probation concurrent with count one, and position 27 is to run concurrent with position 26, 24, CR 003765E. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID, and if Your Honor can sound for Ahmad Siddiqui, Kenyo Newton, and Colin Holtz.
If any of those people are on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. We just want to clarify that MHET can be done outside of the jail.
Yes, while she's on probation.
Yes. And we do stipulate for the purpose of the plea, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Howard, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 003765E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. And in case 24 CR 006881E, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of simple battery and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Howard. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get the terms done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Howard.
Pete, that's what for you to approve.
She has a question, it appears, Ms. Kim.
You're muted.
What about my failure to appear? Is that gonna be handled too?
Does she have a failure to appear, Ms. Desiano?
I don't believe in her misdemeanors, Your Honor, but let me double check. Yes, she does have a failure to appear. Okay, that will be now processed. That's for the case ending in 3765. I'll submit an process for that.
Okay, all right. So I'm glad that you brought that up, Ms. Howard. So they're gonna now process that failure to appear so that won't, once you're released, that won't hold you, okay?
All right, so wait a minute.
They're gonna dismiss that.
Oh. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Did you get that, Ms. Strong? Okay.
I don't know about.
It's for position 26. Okay, who do we have next?
Number 25, Hollins. That
Okay,
should be for Miss McLeod.
let's see, Ms. McLeod.
Fine, darn.
I don't see Ms. McLeod on with us yet.
I can give her a call.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to this.
Judge Morrow, I do have a quick announcement. My question is for Ms. Cafe. She's a conflict.
Uh-huh.
I was trying to get in contact with her, but I don't have her contact number. And she's for position number 23 and 24, Shanta Harris.
Okay. Mr. Jordan, are you on with me?
And Your Honor, I did see that she filed a conflict letter for today. I believe she has 4 or 5 other matters to attend to this morning.
So just me, Ms. Lewis.
Oh, good morning, Ms. Lewis.
Good morning.
I just needed her contact number so we can reach her so that way she can.
I can give her a call. Unless she.
If you can give me her contact number, that way I can reach her so that way she can talk to her.
I'll send it to, in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Uh, Okay, anyone that we can take in courtroom 2 right now or not? Okay, I guess we'll be in recess until someone's ready.
Ms. Kim, can you call extension 22392, please?
Sure, I will do that.
Thank you. And Your Honor, Ms. McLeod should be logging on shortly.
Okay, thank you. So you all let me know.
I'm sorry. I just looked at the chat. I don't need Miss McLeod's number. I need Miss Cafe's number, not McLeod.
Sorry about that. I thought you said Ms. McLeod. I'll give you a second.
Okay, so the court will be in recess until you all let me know that we're ready to proceed. So just let me know.
Judge,
Your Honor, I'm ready with Mr. John Harris, position number 22.
Okay, whose case is that? And you're not on video, Norris.
Which position, Judge Mario?
22.
I believe.
And that's going
22?
to,
Okay.
and that's mine, Judge. It's now a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Harris. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can place your hand down, Mr. Harris. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, state's recommendation is 12 months served, 36 days, credit for time served 18 days. That's from October 5th, 2024 to today. Balance probated. No further contact with Quinicia Tab. Stay away from the Ashby Parks apartment complex at 880 Rock Street. FVIP, no firearms. We'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID. And if Your Honor can sound for Ms. Tab.
Ms. Tab is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Mr. White.
Your Honor, we stipulate and just ask you accept the plea as negotiated. We would ask that the go non-reporting once he completes the class.
Okay. Mr. Harris, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006895F, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Oh, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Harris. When you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, Mr. Harris. And I see that we have Ms. McLeod on with us now, so.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. McLeod. Hope you're well.
I'm very well, thank you for asking.
And I believe your client was at ACDC, so as soon as
She
they
is.
have you had the opportunity to interview her?
I have, Your Honor. This is going to be a negotiated plea this morning.
Okay. And,
This is position, 25 Highlands.
okay. Good morning, again, Ms. Hollins. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You can place your hand down, ma'am. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, Ms. McLeod and I have been in contact, and the terms are slightly different from what's on your paperwork. There's some extenuating circumstances for the defendant. So for position 25, count 1 will be 12 months, serve 84 days, credit for time served 42 days. That's from September 7th, 2024 to today. Balance probated, no further contact with Andre Dox, 12 weeks of anger management, no firearms. Count 2, 12 months concurrent with count 1 and a $300 fine. Count 3, 12 months concurrent with count 1. She also has an add-on case, 24 CR 2424G, where she's charged with disorderly conduct and willful obstruction. For count 1, state's offer is 12 months probation, credit for time served 3 days. That's from April 28th to April 30th, 2024. No further contact with Timothy Kelly and Tanae Williams. Stay away from 1955 Dunlap Avenue, apartment 6. An ADET and an MHET. The defendant's already ordered to undergo both of these evaluations on her felony case. She may show proof to probation that she's completed it in her felony case to satisfy the condition in this case. Count 2, 12 months probation concurrent with count 1 and a $300 fine. And Your Honor, the add-on will run concurrent to position 25. And we'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID. And if Your Honor can sound for Andre Dox, Timothy Kelly, and Tanae Williams.
If any of those people are on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. Stipulate.
Anything further, Ms. McLeod?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Those are the terms that were agreed upon between myself and the state.
Okay. Ms. Hollins, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006355J, you wish to plead guilty to battery, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer, and simple assault. And in case 24 CR 002424G, you wish to plead guilty to disorderly conduct and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
I am not.
You have been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes,
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Ms. Hollins. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Anything
you.
fur-
I do have 2 other clients on the calendar, Your Honor, but neither of them are going to be pleased. So I would ask to be temporarily excused because I have a jury trial calendar call with Judge Porter, and I will log back on to take care of my other 2 clients.
Do they, have you spoken with them, or are you gonna file waivers?
Spoken to one, Your Honor. I did speak to him on Saturday at the jail. That's Mr. Love. I spoke with him.
Which one is that?
Mr. Love, I spoke with.
Mr. Love, and what had you planned on doing with Mr. Love this morning?
I'm going to file a waiver of arraignment on his behalf, Your Honor, and he's going to enter not guilty.
Okay,
plea.
so why don't we just go ahead and do that? So positions 33 and 34, James Love, a waiver will be filed. So we don't need him this morning. And who is your other client?
My other client is Mr. I can't remember his name offhand.
Okay. All right, so I just want to make sure that we don't, thank you, that we don't have him and you're not here, so.
I understand. The state did make me an offer, Your Honor, for my other client, but it's not going to involve him getting out of jail anytime soon. But
Okay.
I probably will go to the jail to speak with him about that.
Let's find his position number 19.
19.
Yes.
If that's the case, Ms. McLeod, do you want me to reset him till another time so that you can have the opportunity to speak with him?
Yes, Your Honor, I would rather go to the jail to speak with him about this case.
Okay, so can we reset him for 1 week? Is that sufficient?
That is sufficient, Your Honor. I'll be able to see him this week.
Okay, so we'll reset position number 19, Jason Foster. I believe that next Tuesday is the 29th.
That is correct. It's Mr. Foster. I had
Okay.
a little moment there when I forgot his name.
Okay, you're fine. So we'll reset position 19 until 10/29. All right, so does that take care of all your cases, Ms. McLeod?
Your Honor.
Okay, so I don't have to, you don't have to rush with the others, so have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, Norris, who do we have next?
This is gonna be Mr. Joseph Erickson, position 15, 16, 17, and 18.
Okay. And what are we doing with Mr. Erickson today?
Your Honor, this will be a bond hearing.
Okay,
Your Honor, his holds at this point are based upon failure to appear as a jury trial calendar, so we would ask that you return it to the division judge to address bond.
which, who did he, what judge did he miss?
Judge Taylor, Your Honor, he failed to appear in both of his cases for jury trial calendar. I believe it was a calendar call, so he currently has a $2,500 cash bond in both of his matters.
And Judge, he was incarcerated in Paulding County. I have no proof of that at this point. He says he can provide proof, but we don't have it at this point. He also he's been in jail now 13 days on these charges and additional 30 days in March and April of this year. So we think even if we can't prove that he was in Paulding County when he was incarcerated, that he's done the amount of time that he would do even if convicted on these cases. The reason for his incarceration in Paulding County was a child support issue. He has no income. He's trying to pay, he has 30 days to pay back the back pay on the child support. He's got no way to do that if he's in jail. So additionally, at the time of his arrest, he was trying to zoom into Judge Taylor's courtroom because he'd been contacted by Second Chance Bonding, a man named Isaiah, and told to do so. He kept getting disconnected and then ended up with a warrant. But we would ask that you set aside the bench warrants and allow him one more opportunity to get to court.
Okay. I don't normally bother another judge's bond at the SAP calendar. If you want to provide, but I will if you provide proof that he was incarcerated. And I'm sure that the proof is provided that the state would withdraw them voluntarily. So I can either reset this for a couple of days to allow you the opportunity to see if you can find that, or go ahead right now and return it to Judge Taylor.
Okay, Judge. You mind if I have a few moments on the phone and to speak with him and see how he thinks, see what we think is best?
Your Honor, just to be clear, based on the criminal history, from what I see, he may, if he was incarcerated in Paulding County recently, it was actually for another DUI. There's also child abandonment charges as well, but his criminal history, he just pled to a reduction from a DUI in Paulding State Court this year. So certainly we'd like to be heard on the issue of bond if the court's going to move forward with it.
Well, so
Well, the issue would be if he was, regardless of what he was incarcerated for, if he was incarcerated, and as far as I'm concerned, if he was incarcerated and missed these court dates because he was incarcerated, then I would be inclined to to give him the opportunity to get out and defend himself on these.
Certainly,
But
Your
the
Honor,
proof-
and I agree with that if he was incarcerated and if he has proof of incarceration. I was more so responding to Mr. White's argument that even if we don't have proof of incarceration, he has this other child abandonment case. And I was just making it clear for the record that it's actually another DUI case as well.
Okay.
That's at issue here.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
If the-
Estiano.
If the state can tell that he was incarcerated, do you have the dates?
I have 2024. I don't have the dates. I can pull up his GCIC and see the day that he took a plea to this DUI.
Well, that's not what he was incarcerated for at the time he missed court. That's, at least is what he tells me. So,
Okay, so what would you like me to do, Mr. White?
let me speak with him again, Judge, and we'll get back to you in a few minutes.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll be with you, Mr. Erickson.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Judge.
Judge Morrow, I have a quick announcement for
Okay.
Miss Cafe that's gonna be positioned for number 23 and 24. Miss
Okay,
Cafe is actually representing Miss Harris. She's actually on another court calendar, so I guess whenever she's done, she'll give us a call. And that way she can interview her client, and then we'll be able to go before you, Judge.
okay, so you all just let me know when that happens.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Anybody else that we can take in courtroom 2?
They all on the phone talking to their clients, but I do have an announcement also, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Position 30 and position 31. Now, hey, you gotta talk a little lower. Thank you. Position 30 and 31, Darrell Jones, he's downtown court.
Say it again, he's what?
He's in downtown court.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna need to be reset, is what you're telling me?
That is correct.
All right, so we will reset 30 and 31 until Thursday. So 10/24. Thank you. All right, we'll be in recess until someone's ready to go forward.
Judge, we're ready on, Mr. Erickson again.
Okay, thank you. Mr. White?
Judge, we're going to go ahead and just enter not guilties on both, and I'll file a waiver.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Erickson, your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there a timer on that, Judge Morrow, in regards to having 30 days I've already got a continuation on the 9th, in Paulding County for this back child support. I was given 30 days, sir, and I was just telling Tom White that Wednesday I had court for this extension, and then I received notice from the bonding company Wednesday, and I was on a Zoom meeting Thursday and got kicked out. Is there any way to expedite me getting back in front of the judge to ask for the bench warrant to be lifted, so to try to meet that obligation for my children, and also be able to receive legal counsel, because the public defender that I had, Ms. Rice, did confirm with me that I had missed a calendar call, Judge, and that she was retiring from, or she was changing from the department. I have not spoke to legal counsel since then, and I've been completely wrapped up in making good on my obligation for my children, sir, since April, after being incarcerated for a year from a not so nice civil matter with my youngest son's mother, sir. I'm doing everything I can to make good on these obligations. I apologize that I missed that court date.
Okay, so, Mr. Erickson, I'll have Mr. White get in touch with the division judge's clerk, and they'll get you back on a calendar as soon as they possibly can, sir, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
And Your Honor,
You're
if counsel can just email proof of incarceration to the prosecutors on the trial line, then we may not even have to have a court date. We can just do it via email.
Very grateful.
All right, so we'll get with you as soon as we can, Mr. Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Judge Moore.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anyone else we can take right now?
That's it, Your Honor. Waiting for Ms. Kim.
Okay, so y'all let me know when you're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Your Honor, this is gonna be position number 39, Mr. Shamarcus Milliam.
Okay. Is this Mr. Bartel's case?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, that's my case.
It's a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Milliam. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Speak up for me.
I do.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Yes, Ms. Casadakis.
Yes, Judge Morrow, the state's recommendation is for battery, 12 months probation, served 9 days, credit for time served 9 days, balance probated, 12 anger management, and no contact with Charles Barlow. Does the defense stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and ID for the purposes of this plea?
Sorry,
And-
yes, ma'am.
And also, Judge Morrow, if your honor can sound for the victim, Charles Barlow.
Mr. Barlow is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Yes, Mr. Bartels.
Yes, Your Honor. We would just ask the court to accept the agreement. Just a correction. I think it was a state's intent that he just get credit for time served and be released to be on probation. I believe he served 13 days. The booking screen says he was incarcerated starting the 10th of this month. So we would just ask serve 13 days, credit for time served 13 days.
Okay. Any objection to that, Ms. Casadakis?
And what about the anger management?
Yes, well, that's part of the negotiation. The 12 anger management and no further.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no objection.
Okay.
Okay, and Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Milliam about his situation. He has been out of work for a number of months. He was working a construction job and got laid off. And he intends to find another job when he gets out, but that may take a little while. So he will be paying for the anger management courses. We would just ask the court to consider waiving the first 2 months of probation fees if that could be done, and that he either go non-reporting or terminate once the anger management is done.
Okay. Nothing further. Mr. Milliam, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 007013A, you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Milliam. I'll waive 2 months of the probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on probation, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
Position number 52, Mr. David Wells.
Okay. Does Mr. Wells have a private attorney, Randy Williams?
Your Honor, my understanding is that Mr. Williams represents Mr. Wells on a felony case. I believe he has a bond hearing on the 30th on that one. We are representing him on the misdemeanor case. And Mr. Wells, can you hear me okay? Okay, yeah, we need to have the sound on. Mr. Wells, Your Honor, indicated he wanted to think about whether to enter a plea or just waive arraignment. It is a time served plea due to the amount of time he's been in jail. Could the jail staff turn on the volume?
Due to the background noise, sir, that's why I had it on mute. Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you. We just need it for a moment. Mr. Wells, do you want to enter a guilty plea or a not guilty plea?
I would like to enter a not guilty plea.
A not guilty plea. Okay. Well, we will just waive arraignment on that, Your Honor, and ask that it be further noticed.
Okay, so Mr. Wells, your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we're gonna go to the probation calendar, and this is gonna be position 1 and 2. Mr. Clarence Daniel.
Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Daniels. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar. Who do we have on for probation? I don't see anyone from probation. Can we,
Go to another.
Ms. Lewis, can we give probation a call and see if they're gonna have someone on this morning?
Yes, sir.
All right, I appreciate it. So, Mr. Daniel, well, as soon as we get someone on for probation, we'll be with you.
Next, Your Honor, we can go back to position 41, 42, 43, and 44. Mr. Overton.
Okay, and what are we doing with Mr. Overton?
It will be negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning again, Mr. Overton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can place your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Overton. Yes, Ms. Kasdakis.
Yes, Judge Morrow. Position 51, case number 23 CR 0040A17E battery. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, time served, so served 12 days, credit for time served 12 days, 12 anger management, and no contact with Carolyn Rhodes. And position 42, public indecency, count 1. Sorry, Judge, I have dogs here. For count 1, 12 months probation, serve 18 days, credit for time served 18 days. Count 2, public drunk, let's see, 12 months probation to run concurrent and a ADET. Count 3, 12 months probation and $300 fine or 30 hours community service. Count 4, 12 months probation to run concurrent. Count 5, 12 months probation, serve 18 days, credit for time served 18 days. Count 6, 12 months probation concurrent. And credit for time served, of course, and 12 anger management and no contact with the victim, which is the jail staff. Let's see. Okay, and then position 43. Count 1, simple battery family violence, 12 months probation, served 12 days, credit for time served 12 days, balance probated, 12 anger management, no contact with Carolyn Rhodes, same victim. Count 2, theft by taking, 12 months probation, to run concurrent with count 1 and restitution to Carolyn Rhodes for the cell phone. And count 3, obstruction, 12 months probation, credit for time served, 12 days, and either $300 fine or 30 hours community service. Does the defense stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and ID for the purposes of this plea? And can we sound for the victim, Judge Caroline Rhodes?
Did you do position 44, Mrs. Kasdakis? I'm sorry, I might have missed it.
Oh, no, I didn't. Position 44, willful obstruction. Count 1, 12 months probation, serve 12 days, credit for time served 12 days, balance probated. A $400 fine or 40 hours community service. And count 2, trespass, 12 months probation concurrent with count 1, and stay away from 177 MOUR Avenue, apartment 2420.
Okay, if Ms. Carolyn Rhodes is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, we just want to clarify the amount of the restitution to complaining witness for the cell phone. Since she's not here, we would like to strike it out or have a clear receipt. Otherwise, it will be something that he cannot understand what he's getting into.
Have you spoken with Ms. Rhodes? Ms. Cassidakis, has your office spoken with Ms. Rhodes?
Let me see if we have any notes, Judge. And that was, let me see, open. Second. And that was for the cell phone was position 43, one moment. 43, hold on one second. Yeah, spoke with the victim. I don't see, victim also stated that she received her phone back the next day and does not need restitution. Okay, that clarifies everything.
Okay, so we will
Alright.
strike it out.
Okay, so no restitution required on
Right.
position 43. Yes, Ms. Kim, anything further?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Okay, is he going to want to pay the fines or is he gonna want to do community service? Do you know?
Community service, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll convert all the fines to the community service. And just so the court's clear, with all of these, he's just to do 12 anger management classes, right? So they're not
Yes.
compounded, right?
No, just, yeah, that's
Okay,
correct.
just
Yeah.
12. Okay, just want to make sure that he understands. Anything further, Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Overton, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 004817E, you wish to plead guilty to battery. In case 24 CR 005217E, you wish to plead guilty to public indecency, public drunk, obstruction of a law enforcement officer, interference with government property, criminal trespass, and simple assault. In case 24 CR 006936E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, family violence, theft by taking, obstructing or hindering a person making an emergency telephone call. And in case 24 CR 006937E, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Overton. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Position number 32, Mr. Reginald Jones.
Okay. Mr. Bartels, this is going to be a negotiated plea, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state
Morning.
all-purpose calendar. Good morning, sir. That we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can place your hand down. Yes, Ms. Cassidakis.
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, time served, balance probated, stay away from 2539 Piedmont Road, which is a target. Does the defense stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and ID for the purposes of this plea?
We do.
Probation suspended, is that right? Ms. Cassidakis, you said probated. Is it suspended?
Yeah, we can do suspended, Judge.
Okay.
It's a suspended sentence. That's my understanding.
Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that. Anything further, Mr. Bartels?
Well, it just, to clarify, I think it looks like at the time the offer was made, he had been in 12 days. He served 16 days so far. So we would just, want to reflect that. But yes, we're in agreement with the suspension and he understands that he can't go back to that particular store.
Okay, I'll give him credit for all the time that he served. Mr. Jones, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 0069322G, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir, I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Jones. You know you can't go back to that Target on Piedmont Road, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
This is going to be position 48 and 49. Mr. Kendall Robinson.
And this is also going to be a negotiated plea, is that right?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Robinson, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
Okay, place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Kassidakis.
All right, the state's recommendation for count one, criminal trespass, is 12 months probation, serve 74 days, credit for time served, 74 days, balance probated, and stay away from MARTA, 216 Peachtree Street. And count two, obstruction, 12 months probation to run concurrent with count one, and $300 fine or 30 hours community service. For position 49, the state's recommendation for count one, reckless, trying to make sure I'm giving him, okay. Count one, 12 months probation, serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days, balance probated, no contact with Jasmine Olivia Howard, no firearms, complete firearms safety course. And count two, another reckless conduct, is 12 months probation consecutive with count one, no contact with Trevorius Stewart Jr., no firearms. Does the defense stipulate to factual basis, venue, and ID? And if your honor can sound for the two victims, Judge.
If Ms. Howard or Mr. Stewart are on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity. Ms. Kim,
Yes, we do stipulate.
anything further?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Robinson, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 003167C, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. And in case 24 CR 006943C, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of reckless conduct. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
No, sir.
Say it again.
No, sir.
Okay, did you hear my question was, you've been represented by Ms. Kim. Are you satisfied with what she's done for you?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I understand.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
All right, I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Robinson. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay the fees, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Robinson.
Go to the third row. Next, Your Honor, this is going to be position 53 and 54. Mr. Kedrick White.
Also negotiated, please. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. White. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir,
Is that a yes?
sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. Kassadakis.
Yes, Your Honor, position 53, count 1, criminal trespass. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation, serve 14 days, credit for time served, 14 days, balance probated. Stay away from 801 Techwood Drive Northwest. That's the Kappa Fraternity House. And count 2, possession of marijuana less than 1 ounce. The state will be null processing that one. For position 54, let's see here, count 1, giving a false name, address, or birthday to law enforcement officers. The state's recommendation is 12 months probation concurrent with count 2. Count 2, carrying a concealed weapon, 12 months probation, served 72 days. Credit for time served, 36 days. That was from May 14, 2021 to May 17, 2021. July 22, 2021 through July 30th, 2021, and then May 31st, 2024 to June 12th, 2024, and October 5th, 2024. Balance probated, 40 hours of community service, no firearms, stay away from Greenbrier Mall, and a gun safety course. Does the defense stipulate to a factual basis, venue, and ID for the purposes of this plea?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
Anything further, Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
Mr. White, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 006892G, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, and in case 21 CR 002383A, you wish to plead guilty to giving false information to law enforcement and carrying a concealed weapon. Is that correct?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Good.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? I think that was a no.
No, sir, no, sir, no, sir.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated. Mr. White, when you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Y'all, I see that we have probation on. Can we go back to Mr. Clarence Daniels?
Okay. Okay, so good morning again, Mr. Daniels. Good morning, Officer Allen. Where are we with Mr. Daniels' case?
Your Honor, Mr. Daniels was sentenced for the charge of criminal trespass as well as simple assault. He was required to stay away from the incident location, stay away from the victim in the case, and complete domestic violence and pay probation supervision fees. Your Honor, as of today, the defendant has failed to provide our office with the completion of the domestic violence course. He's never reported to our office. It is 205 days remaining on his case. Your Honor, that will be enough time for him to complete the domestic violence program, so we ask that he be allowed to continue on probation.
Okay. Who's representing Mr. Daniel? Has anyone spoken with Mr. Daniel?
No, Your Honor, we didn't.
Okay. Well, given that the recommendation is that he continue on probation, and that he has enough time, Mr. Daniel, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to make right, okay? But if you miss any sessions with probation, or if we don't start that course in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna have you back before I believe this case is before Judge Porter. So if you fail to start the course within 2 weeks, or if you don't report to probation as you've been asked to do, then it's going to come back and we're going to have another conversation at that time. So I suggest that you go ahead and try to do right and start getting this stuff done, okay?
Position number 4.
We're not done with this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Mr. Daniel, you have something to say?
Yeah, I don't mean no disrespect to the court or anything, but, you know, I just wanted to make sure I get signed up this time. Because last time when I went to court, I never got signed up. That's the only reason why I never got a chance to handle anything. After I left the courtroom, they told me that they was gonna sign me up for probation. Nobody was there. They made me leave my information to the clerk. And they said they was gonna get in contact with me. Nobody never got in contact with me. So, I mean, no disrespect to anybody, but that's just.
All right, well, we'll make sure that you know where you need to go so that you don't get yourself back in this situation, okay? So, Officer Allen, can we make sure that he knows where he needs to,
Yes, after, Your Honor, after reviewing the notes, we have reached out to him, so it sounds like it might be some incorrect information as far as his address and cell phone number, but in order for us to process this warrant, we had to reach out to him at least for more time, so we did. So it just sounds like we need his correct contact information.
okay, so can we make sure that we have the correct contact information and maybe, Norris, can you have someone place that into the chat with his address and phone number so that Officer Allen can make sure that she has that?
Okay, and Your Honor, just so you know, I believe the other jail court is Gwinnett. And I believe that's for a position for Deonta Stevens.
And I also have to interview him as well, Your Honor. We've been calling, and I need to go to breakout room with him.
Okay, so we can put Ms. Kim and jail court into a breakout room to speak on Deonta Stevens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And who am I sending the information to?
Officer Allen?
Okay.
Thank you. And we have Ms. Watson Cafe in court with me, so when we can get her client, I think her client was at ACDC on it.
Your Honor, that concludes my business. My apologies for being tardy, but may I be excused?
No worries, Officer Allen. Thank you. You have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you going to need to speak with your client, Ms. Watson Cafe?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have your computer with you or any way that we can?
yeah, I can do it.
Okay, well, we can put you into a breakout room then.
Okay. Thank you.
And when we get them back on the line, you can feel free to use back here.
Okay.
Okay, Francois, are you with me?
I think it's
Hey,
Officer.
Judge.
Yes, so I have Ms. Watson Cafe in the courtroom with me. She's gonna log on to her cell phone to speak with her client. I believe that her client's with you at ACDC, is that right?
Yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
So we're gonna put you all into a breakout room, so once she gets on, that she
Okay.
can discuss the case. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
Good.
Judge.
You're welcome.
Can we do position 4?
Nope.
Okay. And this is going to be a negotiated plea, is that correct, Mr. Bartels?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Kamira. I'm Judge Eric Mora. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, state's recommendation is 12 months served, 36 days, credit for time served 18 days. That's from April 7th to April 9th, 2024, and then October 8th, 2024 to today. Balance probated, no further violent contact with Canny Camera, 8 weeks of anger management, no firearms. We ask the defense to stipulate to any factual basis and ID for purposes of the plea. And if Your Honor can sound for Canny Camera, thank you.
If,
We would so stipulate.
thank you. And if Mr. Or if Kenny Camera is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Okay, anything further, Mr. Bartels?
Well, Your Honor, we would just ask it. It looks like I think the date may have been April 7th, but it looks like he spent 2 days on the initial arrest, the 8th and the 9th of April. Then he's been in 15 days. So we would just ask that the sentence be served 36 days, credit for time served for 18 days. And sometimes if that's off, it can just cause problems with the getting out. But we would agree with all the other parts of the sentence, Judge.
Your Honor, we could do serve 34 days, credit for time served 17 days. Will that be easier, Mr. Bartles? That way there's
Yes,
not.
ma'am. Thank you.
So you wanted to read how 34 days?
Yes,
Yes,
so
serve
34
34
days.
days, credit for time served 17 days. I never know
Okay.
how to calculate it because the day of the arrest, sometimes they're not booked the same day, so they should get credit from the day they were arrested, but sometimes the jail time in Odyssey only goes from the day they were actually booked, and if they were booked the following day, then it's a day off. But moving
Right.
forward, I can just refer to what it says in Odyssey under the jail time.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So, Mr. Camera, it's my understanding that in case 24 CR 001689Y, you wish to plead guilty to battery, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Guilty?
No, the question was, has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. When you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it terminate. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, okay? All right. Good luck. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. Okay, we'll be in recess until someone is ready.
I have positions 9 and 10, Mr. Kobe.
Judge will be back in a minute.
Tell me again, who do we have?
Positions number 9 and 10.
This is going to be a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Coffey. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Desiano.
Your Honor, for position 9, state's recommending 12 months probation concurrent with, count 1, 12 months probation concurrent with count 2, and a $300 fine. Count 2, 12 months served, 14 days, credit for time served, 7 days. Balance probated, no further contact with Denise Brown and Vartez McKenzie. Stay away from 880 Rose Circle Southwest, 12 weeks of anger management and no firearms. For position 10, count 1, simple assault, 12 months served, 86 days, credit for time served, 43 days. Balance probated, stay away from Grady except for medical necessity. No further contact with Keisha Love and no further violent contact with any Grady staff and an MHET. Count 2, 12 months probation concurrent with count 1, an anti-theft course, and stay away from all MARTA locations. Count 3, 12 months concurrent with count 1, and count 4, 12 months concurrent with count 1. We ask the defense to stipulate to venue factual basis and ID. And if Your Honor can sound for Miss Denise Brown, Mr. Vartez McKenzie, Keisha Love, and that's it.
If any of those people are on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Mr. White?
Yes, Your Honor. We just ask you to accept the plea as negotiated. Mr. Coffey is already under the care of the behavioral health clinic at Grady. And he can show them he's had an evaluation and is going through a program there. So he'll be able to show that information of probation. Because of that, though, we would ask to waive fees and ask him to go to non-reporting as soon as he's done all of his requirements.
Okay. Mr. Coffey, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 004649F, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and disorderly conduct. And in case 24 CR 003724F, you wish to plead guilty to simple assault, theft by taking, criminal trespass, and damage to property and disorderly conduct. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under
Yes,
the
sir.
influence? Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir. No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I do.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? You understand my question, Mr. Coffey?
Yes, I do, sir. Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Coffey. I'm going to waive 2 months of your probation fees to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms of the probation, I'll have it go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get it done, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Coffey.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Could I ask one?
You seem to have a question, Mr. White.
What's your question, Mr.
Yes,
Combs?
would I be released, soon, the day or tomorrow?
As we talked about yesterday, 24 hours from this point.
Yes, Mr. Tom. Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, good luck,
Thank you.
sir.
Judge, we're ready for position 23 and 24, Ms. Harris and Ms.
Okay.
Cafe is on the zone.
Yes, what are we doing with Ms. Harris this morning?
I was still trying to see if there was, and I'm still trying to get some clarification on, I thought she was here on the FTA from the 2021 case. Does she have another case?
Yes, she has 2 obstruction cases, both just 1 count, offers time served on both of them. And on the 21 CR case, she also has an FTA. So if she pleads today, then that would be now crossed. And I can send you those case numbers if you need.
As far as the plea is concerned, do we just do it on the record, Your Honor, or? I've already conveyed the time served offer, but I thought it was on the 21 case. I didn't realize it was the second case.
Okay, and do you need to talk with her about the second case, the willful obstruction?
It's the same charge. I'll talk. Yeah, just so I can cover all my bases, but it's the same offer as it was before if they're going to null process the other one.
Right, they're both time served offers with a null process of the FTA. It's my understanding, right, Ms.
Oh, the
Desmond?
FTA, not the second case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, so we've offered, there's 2 cases, each has 1 count of willful obstruction. The offer is time served on both cases. And then she also has an FTA that is not on the calendar that I discovered yesterday, and which is related to the 21 CR case. So upon her plea, then that FTA would be null pressed.
Okay. Yeah, if I can have a breakout room and then
Okay.
I'll make a further announcement, Your Honor.
Okay, so we'll place Ms. Watson Cafe and AC/DC back into the breakout room. Ms. Lewis, did you get that? Are you still with me?
Sorry, Judge, what was that again?
We're gonna place Ms. Watson Cafe and AC/DC back into a breakout room.
Okay,
Okay, thank you. And I guess we'll be in recess until we can handle someone else. Thank you.
We're going?
So for this conflict case, if she decides to plead, do I need to do plea paperwork? How does that work?
That was my question.
Yeah. Normally I don't do it, but sometimes they ask me to. If I need to prepare it real quick, I can.
Ms. Strong is saying yes, so if you wouldn't mind
Okay.
doing that for us. Thank you.
Ms. Watson Cafe, can you shoot your email in the chat to me, please?
Yep.
Judge Morrow, this is Katrina. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, jail court and stuff is still in the breakout room. You say Mr. Cafe have to go, you have to go back in the breakout room again, Ms. Cafe?
Yeah, I just need to clarify. I need her
You
to
can go
understand.
back in there, it's still open. If you
Oh,
just gotta
okay.
click back on there. Cause I'll have to close out the whole room and put y'all in another room.
Oh, okay.
You
I
should, you
will.
should be able to go back in there. And
Okay.
so FPAC, they just got accepted, just go down to the bottom and you can accept it to go back in the court, the same breakout room. Do y'all see it? AC/DC don't see it. Can you see it, Francois? You guys can go back in the same breakout room.
Yeah, I haven't received anything.
You don't have to receive it. Go right back in that same breakout room. It should be down there, option, down there where it says more. It says return back to the breakout room. You see it? If not, I just have to put y'all in a whole nother breakout room.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
That's okay. I'll just move y'all to another room.
I got it.
Never mind. I just moved y'all. Too late.
Ms. Strong, can I put both cases on the same plea paperwork, or do you need one for each case?
She's gonna need one for each case.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, if you're ready, I think Ed is ready to go.
Yes, I'm ready. So who is this?
That's, Mr. Stevens.
Okay, position 51. And who's representing Mr. Stevens?
I do, Your Honor. This is Jay Kim.
Okay,
coming
Ms. Kim,
together.
what are we doing with Mr. Stevens this morning?
Yes, it's waiver of arraignment and he's pleading not guilty. And he is currently at outsourced at Gwinnett County Jail, and it has been very, very hard to get through the system to be able to talk to him. So we just want to make sure that court awares that he's pleading not guilty.
Okay, Mr. Stevens, your case is going to be returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
We're clear to sign off.
Yes, yes, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
We're ready, Judge, for 23 and 24. Ms. Harris.
Okay. And what are we gonna do, Ms. Watson Cafe?
It's gonna be a plea.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning again, Ms. Harris. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the other hand.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Desiana.
Your Honor, for position 23, the state's recommendation is time served 40 days, credit for time served 20 days. That's from September 15th to September 16th of 2021, and then October 5th, 2024 to today. There is an FTA associated with that position as well. So upon her plea to position 23, the FTA will be NALPROS. That's 24 FTA 001527. And then position 24, the state's recommendation is also time served 36 days, credit for time served 18 days from October 5th, 2024 to today. And we'd ask the defense to stipulate to venue, factual basis, and ID for purposes of the plea.
Yes, so stipulated.
Okay, anything further, Ms. Watson Cafe?
I'm sorry.
Anything further?
We would just ask that you accept the plea as negotiated.
Okay. Ms. Harris, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 004913J, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. And in case 24 CR 006898J, you wish to plead guilty to willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Correct.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Ms. Harris. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're completed here at ACDC. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank y'all. Have a good rest of your day. Will I see you this afternoon?
Yes, I'll be here.
I'll see you this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
And Ms. Watson Cafe, the plea paperwork today goes to Casey Strong.
Okay.
So since you're in court with me, we can get it all done here, hopefully.
Okay, even better.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, who do we have in courtroom 2?
Your Honor, this is gonna be position 55 and 56, Mr. Dexter Williams.
And Ms. Kim, have you had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Williams? You with me, Ms. Kim?
Your Honor, is there an announcement on the position?
I don't know yet. I'm trying to raise Ms. Kim. So she doesn't seem to be responding.
I understand. I was just, if there was already an announcement, I was going to step in and take the plea.
We got through most of the plea earlier, and then she needed to speak with him again. So that's where we are. We need to know whether she spoke with him.
I will shoot her a text.
Thank you. And I also have the last, do we have Frederick Ponder, 46 and 47? Courtroom 2, do you know if we're going to have Mr. Ponder?
Yeah, the announcement I see on that, Judge, is from Ms. Kim, and that would be a
I
plea.
apologize. I was on the phone with Officer Talent Allen on the probation case. She was telling me that actually his case is on Judge Richardson's calendar on October 28, 2024. So we are not able to address that case right now.
What case are you talking
What
about?
position is it?
Talking about.
Oh, I apologize. I thought we were talking about Mr. Peoples.
Okay, so no, we're not talking about Mr. Peoples right now. We're talking about, so you're saying for position 45, Dion Peoples, that you want to reset that case? He was set down, you've got it for a plea.
Right. Yes,
Right,
for
what?
that one, yes, we do have a plea. However, there's another probation case that he has, and that's the part that I was talking about.
She asked for when to hear that, and I told her no.
Okay, so what do you want to do with Mr. Peoples? No, are we talking about? We already dealt with Mr. Peoples, didn't we? That was a plea.
Yes, correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so.
Are we finished with Mr. Peoples? Can he go back? I don't think he knows what's going on, actually.
I'll be happy to talk to him.
Did we finish the plea for him? I thought we got partway through it and Miss Kim had to talk to him.
No, we took a plea on Mr. Peoples, it's my understanding.
I think we started, I don't know
Did
if
we-
we finished.
I don't think we finished it.
Because he was confused because he has a probation violation that's open and he was confused why he was still in custody for that and it was unrelated. So Miss Kim, I thought we paused the plea and then Miss Kim talked to him about that and then we came back.
Okay, so what are we gonna do with Mr. Peoples today, Ms. Kim?
It will be negotiated plea for the misdemeanor part. However, another one, the probation hearing, he does have a hearing date for that. That is October 28. So that one will be addressed later at Judge Richardson's case calendar.
Okay, so. All right, so as far as this theft by shoplifter, you would like to proceed and taking a negotiated plea?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do that since we have him sitting there. Mr. Peoples, you're still under oath. You've been charged in case 24 CR 001274C with theft by shoplifting. Anything further from you? I'm not sure who handled the case. Ms. Desiano?
I handle it, Judge Morrow, Georgia Castakis.
Okay, yes, Ms.
It
Casadecas.
was the one that Odyssey didn't show how much time he served. The state's recommendation was 12 months probation, any credit for time served, of course, and restitution to Walmart for $75.40, and to stay away from 1105 Research Center Drive, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Miss Lewis, do we know how much
Yes, I
time
just
was
wanted
served?
to chime in and let you know that the case y'all talking about was a bind over case. And he's only being held for his probation violation with Judge Richardson in jail. He's not being held for this case.
Okay, right. So my question is, can we find out how much time Mr. Peoples has served on this?
I can look on the bind over paperwork and see where the case originated from. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we get the correct number of days for the paperwork. Anything further, Ms. Kim?
My probation is over with.
Oh, okay. Mr. Richardson, I mean, not Mr. Richardson, Mr. Peoples. I spoke with officer, and what happened was you stopped the reporting on October 2023, which was before the probation expired. So arrest warrant went out on October 2023. And she's emailing me the copy of the warrant.
Okay. And just for clarification, Mr. Peoples does want to move forward with taking a plea on this theft by shoplifting, which occurred on November 23rd of 2022. Is that right?
Yeah. No, I
Okay.
don't. Matter of fact, this is not holding me in jail. I just want to handle my probation. I just want to handle the probation. I don't want to handle this shoplifting. I'll handle that. Being that
Okay.
it's not holding me in jail, I will handle that on the street.
Okay. So we will we'll return this case to the division judge, and you'll get notice of that hearing date, and maybe they'll handle it at the same time as the probation.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'll prepare the waiver of arraignment paper.
All
Yes,
right. Good luck to you, Mr. Peoples.
And also, Judge, he was not held on this case. He was released on copies of charges on this case from the city of South Fulton.
Okay. All right, now we're back with, this is Mr. Williams, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what are we doing with Mr. Williams, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. William wants to do negotiated plea. He will accept the terms and conditions that solicitor has offered, including SDET.
Which
So-
position is this?
This is
50
55 and 56. This
I
is the
tried
one that-
to remove SDET, however, judge denied, so that way he accepts that he will go as is.
Okay, so, Mr. Williams, you're still under oath. We've already, discussed the entire case. Anybody need to put anything else on the record? Okay, if not, Mr. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 003448F, you wish to plead guilty to one misdemeanor offense. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Williams. When you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So as soon as you get the SDET completed, the sooner you won't be on reporting probation and have to pay those fees, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Go back. Come on.
Okay.
So I want to clarify, Your Honor, I apologize, but did it say it will be non-reporting or it will be probated? I mean, terminated, the probation,
Non-reporting.
non-reporting. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
I still have that we have 46 and 47 Frederick Ponder to address.
Your Honor, your officers en route to get Mr. Ponder.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
And let's see, it is 11:09. Has Javaris Wagner come online for the 11 o'clock DV bench warrant calendar? No, so I'll give him until we finish the 9 o'clock calendar to appear. Ms. Strong, whenever you get ready, while we're waiting, if you want to go over the calendar, but take your time, though. Okay, we'll be in recess.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Okay, while we're waiting, we'll go over the calendar, the 9 o'clock calendar.
Position number 1 is waived arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 2 was a plea. Position number 3 was waived arraignment. Position 4 and 5 were.
Hold on 1 second. I just want to make sure that y'all are with me.
I'm with you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we weren't gonna, and the ASGs are with me too?
Yes, Judge, we're here.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, no, I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to get to the end of the calendar, you all said, you don't have to stay on camera if you don't want to, so I just wanted to make sure everybody was here. All right, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Stone.
Position number 4 and 5 were pleas. Position number 6 was release. 7 was a plea. 8 was null pros. 9 was a plea. 10 was a plea. 11 and 12 waived arraignment. 13 and 14 are reset for SAP October the 29th. Position number 15 and 16, 17 and 18, all waived arraignment, reset jail jury. 19 and 20 are reset for October the 29th SAP calendar. 21 is waived arraignment. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 are all pleas. 28 was waived arraignment. 29 was a plea. 30 reset for October the 29th SAP calendar, October the 24th SAP calendar. 31 also reset for October the 24th SAP calendar. 32 was a plea. 33 and 34, 35 and 36, 37 and 38 were all waived arraignment. 39 was a plea. 40 waived arraignment. 41 and 42. 43. 44 were all pleas. 45 waived arraignment, reset jail jury. 46 and 47 were waiting. 48 and 49 were pleas. 50 waived arraignment. 51, 52 were waived arraignment as well. Position 53 and 54 and 55 were pleas, and position number 56 was null pros.
Can we, what was the your announcement on 20? I'm sorry, just.
That it was reset for October the 29th SAP calendar.
No, 20 is a waiver.
And what was the announcement on 29? Because that's a waiver, not guilty.
'29 was a waiver.
That's what I have.
Antonio Jones, correct.
Yeah, Mr. White, you announced reset for 20.
Well, give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's going to be a waiver.
I wrote the wrong thing. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, I believe I'd announced a waiver for 29.
You did. I wrote that beside the wrong.
Yeah,
position.
there's 3 gentlemen with the last name of Jones. So
Right. I think that was it. Thank you.
Right. Okay, thanks. And 30 and 31, Daryl Jones. That'll be a negotiated plea. I don't think we've had him out yet.
What? I thought was Daryl Jones not the one we were resetting for Thursday?
No, we did a plea on Reginald Jones. He's the third Mr. Jones.
No, we said we were resetting a Jones for Thursday's SAP calendar. I have, but if not, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I was going to do a waiver and a not guilty plea on Mr. Antonio Jones, 29, and then Mr. Daryl Jones, 30 and 31 is they're both negotiated pleas on those positions.
Okay. I also had down that we reset 30 and 31 for 10/24, but we'll have to make sure that they get him today then.
And I'm sorry, 20 is reset 1029. I had that written down on one paper correctly and another one incorrectly. So that is reset.
And also while we're waiting, I'm in the courtroom with the judge, so if we could start getting the plea paperwork sent over so I can get it signed, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Judge, Mr. Wagner is on the line for the DV counter.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So will we be able to get 30 and 31 back for a plea, or has he been taken out?
I don't know if he was ever here. Because for some reason I had down reset for 10.
That's what we see.
Yes,
Right.
on Thursday.
So-
It's a Thursday.
He said because he was in another courtroom, I thought, or something of that nature.
Is he not in another courtroom or something?
He doesn't have anything else holding him in other than the two.
Okay, well,
misdemeanors.
we'll see if we can get him today once we get once Officer Norris comes back.
This Captain?
Okay.
So we're waiting on Ponder and we're waiting on Jones. And it appears that has Mr. Wagner on with us? For the
He is on
DV?
the line.
Yes, sir, I'm on.
Okay, have you had the opportunity to speak with them, Ms. Kim?
No, that's what I was going to actually announce.
Okay, so Mr. Wagner, let's see, can you, we can only see the back wall. Can you?
I'm
bring your
sorry.
face- No, you're fine, just bring your face in. So this is Ms. Kim, she's gonna be representing you on this bench warrant issue. So I'm gonna place you into a breakout room with her so that you all can discuss it, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if we can place Mr. Wagner and Ms. Kim into a breakout room, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And we'll be in recess until someone comes back with us. Mr. McLean, can you hear me? I know you're not on this calendar, but is there a deputy in the courtroom with you?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay, thank you. Good morning. We also will need position 30 and 31, Daryl Jones, if you all can get him for us this morning. Is that possible?
Stand by, let me find out where you. Gerald Jones, he went downtown court.
Oh, okay. Okay, so he is in downtown court. All right, so did you hear that, Mr. Bartels?
I did, Your Honor. I don't think he has any Fulton case, but maybe he has a City of Atlanta case. Is that possible?
I'm not sure why he's downtown.
Well, he didn't have any holes, but yeah, if he's not available, I would just say reset to Thursday.
Okay, so we will reset Mr. Jones until Thursday. Thank you.
Okay.
And so we're just waiting on now Mr. Ponder.
And Mr. Bartels, he will be a plea on Thursday, correct?
Correct. That's the announcement. Both negotiated pleas.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we would like to ask for a ask to set aside the bench warrant for my client, Mr. Wagner. The mailing address was wrong, and there was a record that there was a returned notice.
Is Mr. Wagner back with us?
Oh, I thought he was back.
I think he exited out the Zoom. He's got to log back on.
Oh, okay. He will log back in. Let me text him really quick.
Okay, so are we not agreeing to reset this case?
We kind of, I don't want him to be arrested, so can we plead not guilty, and then we can just kind of get the bench warrant lifted, so that way he can walk or drive without being in fear of getting arrested.
Well, Your Honor,
Well, let's not discuss it until he comes back on with us. So that
Sure.
we don't have to do it twice.
Sure.
He's coming on now, Judge.
All right, thank you. Let's see. So, Ms. Desiano, I take it that Mr. Wagner missed a court date.
yes, Your Honor. This case has been pending since 2021. It looks like he failed to appear plea in arraignment in Judge Edline on March 4th, 2022. The address on file at the time of arrest was 124 South Avenue, Southeast Atlanta. There is returned mail. Defendant updated his address to 2591 Etheridge Drive, number 119, Atlanta. Looks like he updated that on October 9th, 2024. You've heard the defense argue that the address was wrong, and so he didn't receive notice, Your Honor. However, I'm reading the notes in Odyssey, and the address is likely wrong because this is not the defendant's real name. Javaris Wagner is his brother, and he gave police the wrong name on purpose. His actual name is Antonio Wagner, and both the brothers have arrest histories, Your Honor. The defendant before you is a convicted felon. He's got, let's see, over 17 arrest cycles.
No, hold on. We're gonna let her finish, Mr. Wagner. So
I'm
don't
sorry.
interrupt, and I'll have you, Ms. Kim speak on your behalf if you like. I'm sorry, Ms. Desiano. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
And Your Honor, frankly, it's not his first rodeo dealing with the legal system. Normally, I don't argue too hard when it's their first time, but for this defendant, he's purposely given his wrong name. He's been evading this court case for almost 3 years at this point. And Ms. Kim messaged me and asked for an offer. What I had asked of Ms. Kim is if we could reset this case to Thursday so we have time to get in touch with the victim before we confirm an offer. And then she got on here and announced she wanted it set aside. So frankly, for this defendant, we would object to setting aside the bench warrant given the information that we have with giving the wrong identity. He's also a convicted felon for identity fraud as well. And so that's our position at this point. We would ask the bench warrant issue.
So just so I'm clear, Ms. Desiano, March 4th of 2022, when he missed Judge Edline's calendar, did she issue a bench warrant for him at that time?
She did.
Okay, and so that bench warrant was set aside? Or is it the same one that's pending today?
I believe, let me check.
It's the same one pending today, Judge.
Okay, so this bench warrant's been pending since 2022.
And given the defendant's extensive experience in the court system, Your Honor, it's unreasonable to believe that for 3 years you just don't have a court date and don't follow up with the court. And, you know, he knows better at this point.
I know, they won't let me talk.
Okay, so Ms. Kim? Do you have something that
Your
you?
Honor. Yes, well, I believe this is the first one though, in terms of FTA. I see that the mail was returned. He did not have any notice about this until now. So we would like to set aside the bench warrant and he can take care of the case. We will be happy to have a trial or reset the case for next day, but I don't want him to have a bench warrant hanging over his head right now.
And Your Honor, looking at his case history and Odyssey from the solicitor's point of view, he was previously arrested for a failure to appear in 2013. He had another case where he failed to appear in 2015. This case has been in warrant status for several years and he knows better. He knows better, Your Honor.
So who the simple battery family violence that allegedly occurred on 12/25/2021, the defendant is a Javaris Wagner. Okay, is that the person that's, I need to see your face, Mr. Wagner. Okay, is this Javaris Wagner here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, who is Antonio Wagner?
That is my brother. I think all the charges you guys were just reading was my brother. Javaris, I don't have none of that. I never been like, I don't go to jail often. Like that's, the charges she just read to you was all my brothers. I don't have none of that. I don't have no court experience, none of that. No conviction. I never been convicted of any crime.
Okay, so if this is Javaris Wagner, the criminal history that you read to me, Ms. Desiano, was that for Mr. Javaris Wagner or was that for Antonio Wagner?
No, Your Honor, that's for Antonio Wagner. However,
Exactly.
he's listed as Javaris Wagner in Odyssey because he gave his brother's name. But according to, well, Mr. Wagner, what's your birthday?
My birthday is June 4th, 1993. I never gave my brother's name. I never did any of those things.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm showing that this Mr. Antonio Wagner's date of birth is 1/25/92.
Okay, so, and that's the date of birth that's on for,
It's quite possible his brother is the one that's giving the other name.
Yes.
I agree with you, but as far as the bench warrant is concerned, Your Honor, it's associated with Javaris Wagner, aka Antonio Wagner, date of birth 1/25/92.
so 1/25/92, that's Antonio Wagner's birthday.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So where is your brother,
So-
Mr. Wagner?
I don't know. My brothers don't stay. I don't see my brother much. I'm here I stay with my mother. This is who the case about my mother. And my brother, I don't know why his name is involved in this. I don't know why he's affiliated with this. I wasn't even around when my mother called the police. I don't know how you guys even get his birthday or any of those things, but I'm here ready to deal with what I got to deal with. I have nothing to do with my brother.
Okay. So there is some conflict here as far as the birth dates go and who this is. We do need to get it cleaned up. So, and I'm not sure how that's going to proceed. I don't know how even a reset for Thursday, if he's saying that this is not him, would be a benefit.
Judge, the only thing I can think of really is that the warrant needs to be reissued under the correct name. But
Right, and you all will have to do that, but as far as Mr. Javaris Wagner goes and the bench warrant that's issued for him, I am gonna set that aside. And if you all want, because it appears it's the wrong date of birth, so I'm gonna set that aside. But Ms. Desiano, if you want to issue a bench warrant, I guess, under the proper name with the proper birth date for Antonio, then that's a whole different story. Okay. So I'm gonna have this bench warrant set aside, Mr. Javaris Wagner, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank
So
you.
Ms. Kim will, if you'll prepare that for the court.
Sure, I'll do that, Your Honor.
Thank you. So you're free to go today, Mr. Wagner. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just know though, you're still gonna have to work this out, okay? You're still gonna have to, okay? So I'm setting it aside, but stay in touch with the court so that your next date, you can come and explain to the judge that's gonna be handling it, what the situation is, okay? Or you can talk with the solicitor beforehand and maybe y'all can work it out beforehand, Ms. Desiano.
And Ms. Mobley, could you call our victim advocate so we can?
I did. I spoke with the victim advocate 2 years ago when it first went down. They asked me what happened. I gave them a description of what happened between him, and they asked me did I want to press charge, and I told them no.
I understand. It's been some time and we have a different advocate that's on today. Would you mind putting your number in the chat so she can give you a call?
I
Because
will.
I certainly want to get to the bottom of it and make sure that we have the right person.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, is this Mr. Ponder in courtroom 2?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Ponder. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Ms. Kim, I understand this is going to be a plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Cassidakis, is this your case?
Yes, and Judge, in which position is this for Ponder?
46 and 47.
Okay. One moment, please.
Okay.
46. Okay, here we are. Theft by taking, the state's recommendation is 12 months probation, served 3 days, credit for time served 3 days, balance probated, restitution to Anthony Alamo for $495, and stay away from 226 Delevan Street, Atlanta, Georgia. And for position 47, the state will be submitting a null pros. Does the defense stipulate to factual basis, venue, and ID? And Judge, if you can sound for Anthony Alamo.
Mr. Alamo's on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Okay, Ms. Kim?
Yes, we do stipulate so for the purpose of the plea.
All right, Mr. Ponder, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 006517B, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Ponder. As soon as you get the $495 paid back, I'm going to terminate the probation. So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you're not going to be on probation, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Ponder.
You too, sir.
Okay, thank you. Well, I believe that concludes the 9 and 11 o'clock calendars. Unless someone has something further, court will be adjourned. Anything from anyone? Okay, and
Nothing further.
Ms. Strong is like reminding me to have you all get your paperwork in as soon as possible so we can get it signed. All right, thank you all. I'll
Okay,
see
thank
y'all-
you, Judge. Have a good day.
See y'all next
Thank
time.
you, Judge.
Have a good day.
See you.